I'll tell you when I go. You're live.
What's going on? Welcome back to the Primetime Edition. We got a celebrity guest in the house, a Cavalry Scout, a real one. I promise you that. He got a little Spurs, right? You got Spurs?
Yeah, I got Spurs.
Got a little bit of Spurs. Why don't you introduce yourself? Let everybody know who you are.
Hey guys, my name is Sergeant Kalleher. I'm a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout, or my primary MOS, and that's who I am.
Okay. Well, and your name was?
Sergeant Kalleher, Jacob Kalleher.
Oh, there it is. This is a big thing. Okay, we don't sometimes get these MOSs on these shows. It's kind of hard. They're out there doing great things. So this is kind of a little treat for the show. We're going to dig into it. We're going to ask him some of his experiences, what he liked about the job, things like that. So if you guys have any questions on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're watching it from, we will respond to that. So just let us know. It's very interesting, different background. We just had the Navy on there in his background. So we're going to continue to grow and show different walks of life in the Army. That being said, let's get into it. How long have you been in the Army?
I'm coming up on 6 years. Mid-April will be 6 years in the Army.
6 years, okay. When you first were looking into the branches, what motivated you to join the Army?
Army just seemed to have the jobs that were interest to me. I wanted to do combat, more physically demanding.
At all?
No, I mean, I was excited. I knew from when I was a little kid, I always wanted to serve my country. You know, when you saw those dudes in uniform growing up, that's what you wanted to do.
Oh, we got the dogs coming in.
Sorry. All right.
Working from home, folks. It's amazing.
I'm a dog guy. They love me.
Yeah. He has a little bit of meat in his socks or something, right? Isn't that what the Tiger King said? Okay. So you said your job. What you kind of picked on? Why'd you pick it? Was there another reason you want to say that? Why'd you choose it, or was that kind of just it?
I knew I wanted to do a combat-related MOS. I didn't know a lot about the Army, so I don't really understand what Special Forces or Rangers did initially. So I saw infantry and Cavalry Scout, and I was kind of on the fence because I was supposed to go to college. It's a lot of money, so I decided that I'd have the Army pay for it. So picked 19 Delta right away, and then boom, that was it.
Okay. With that job, where have you been to?
So I've started basic training, went to basic training OSET at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Ooh.
From Fort Benning, I went to Fort Hood, Texas. From Fort Hood, Texas, went on a rotational deployment to South Korea for 9 months. Came back. I've been in the National Training Center twice, OCTC in Idaho, Hunter Liggett, California. I've done a lot of training, been kind of all over the country.
Okay.
I've gone to Hawaii for training. I've definitely trained a lot.
Okay. Do you think that training applies outside of the Army?
Some of it. I mean, team building, absolutely. Management, especially at my level, you're managing 10 to 6 guys at one time, especially dismounted operations. And it depends what you want to do. Not so much, office setting, but definitely physically demanding. Kind of shows you where you're at with your mental stability and your mental toughness, and along those lines.
So if you're a person that loves challenges, this is the job for you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you like the outdoors, you like kind of walking far distances, maybe jumping airplanes, rappelling out of helicopters and stuff like that, this is definitely something you want to look into.
Okay. So during your time, what is the one thing, I guess you say the greatest thing about being in the Army to you?
To me, hands down, people I've met, relationships I've established. I've established great relationships and that's just something that I'll hold on to for life. So
okay, I feel like that's the number one common things that people say when they come on is the camaraderie. That is probably the biggest thing that the military as a whole has to offer, and I know that's the reason why I joined. Looking back, would you join for another reason, or is that's just the biggest thing to you?
No, I mean, like I said, I didn't want to pay for college.
Yeah,
college is a lot of money, so that was definitely something which kind of influenced me to join sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might have looked at something different just because a lot of my friends do other jobs like Rangers and SF, so I might have tried initially that route. Besides that, I don't regret experience that I've had.
Okay. On that note, though, what's the coolest thing you've ever done in your career? It could be emotional, it could be real, whatever it is.
I mean, there's different aspects. Going to Korea was a cool experience for me because, one, I'd never been out of the country. So going to another country with, guys that I worked with for about a year and kind of just got the opportunity to explore Korea. Korea was like, so that was fun. I'd never had the opportunity to deploy to the Middle East. But besides that, and then I went to Hawaii for school for a week, Spies and Fries, which is like a fast rope insertion extraction course. And then Hawaii for a week, paid for by the Army, meeting a bunch of people.
Go into more details about that. That sounds pretty cool.
So the Spies and Fries, we didn't get to do the Spies portion because of the helicopters that we're supposed to use were being used by another unit. But Fries, just fast roping in helicopters instead of rappelling. It's just a Fries system where they link up basically the ropes outside, and you're a Fries master, so you're the guy who's making sure the guys are going down the ropes.
Oh, okay, successfully.
And making sure that everything works out properly, and then you're the number one guy. So my unit sent 4 of us, and we were 4 inside our brigade who were the only Fries master qualified people in our brigade. And then we were the first conventional force on JBLM ever to do Fries training. So that was pretty cool too.
It's like a free trip to Hawaii.
Yeah, pretty much. A little vacation.
In your opinion, why is Army the best branch?
I mean, it's the jack of all trades. Anything you want to do in any branch, you want to fly, we got it. You want to go on boats, you want to dive, we got it. You want to walk everywhere, jump at airplanes, guess what? We got it.
You want to be a gamer? We got it.
You want to be a gamer? It's pretty cool. It's pretty limitless, and the only limit is yourself.
Exactly. Okay. The final question I have for you here is, what would be some advice that you would give yourself coming in, brand new first day in the Army? What would you do?
I mean, research. I mean, take your job seriously.
Okay.
I mean, I took my job seriously, but sometimes you kind of just thrown in a whole new atmosphere. Definitely take the advice of everybody you talk to. I mean, whether sometimes people talk to you and you kind of with a chip on your shoulder, you don't want to listen, or you're kind of too stubborn. No advice is bad advice.
Yep.
If it is bad advice, then you know not what to do. So
if, people were thinking about joining the Army, what would you tell them about that?
Like I said, research,
Okay.
Make sure what you want to do is what you want to do. If there's a specific job you want to do, or you're not exactly sure, just look into it. It does not hurt to sit down and go on a computer and Google some jobs. I mean, or
watch a video.
Yeah, exactly. Right here. When I talked to the recruiter, he told me it was like 140 jobs I was qualified to do. I researched every job, but then came down to that I just wanted to be a combat MOS.
You must have scored high on the test, huh?
Who knows?
Shoot, don't ask me my score. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show and talking about kind of your experiences in 19 Delta. For the job, did you want to tell the viewers anything about that job and what to expect?
There's nothing specific. It's fun. I mean, it's demanding, and don't go into a job where you think it's going to be laid back and people aren't going to expect a lot from you, because they will. And we expect, at the end of the day, it's a wartime job. It's a job that we're prepared to be the best at.
Combat.
So, if you go to war, you want to be the best at your own job. So take it seriously and enjoy it.
Yeah. That's all you can do. Have a good perception on life. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for seeing this video about 19 Delta. Sergeant Kalleher in the house. Welcome back. Goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow.